The powers that you have with Claude Code now are absolutely insane. I'm going to show you how I use Claude Code for real marketing. Stay to the end of this video. You don't want to miss this. I'm going to show you a couple examples. I'm going to show you how you can make this work. Let's get into it. So the first thing you have to understand is Claude Code is not just for people who know how to code. In fact, I don't even know how to code. Claude Code will allow you to build virtually whatever you want to build. I'll give you an example of this. We have a launch for our SEO product, ClickFlow, a relaunch that's happening soon. I wanted it to create a GTM, a go-to-market plan for me. Typically, you would pay thousands and thousands of dollars for these types of plans. This involves thinking about the analytics events that you need, the emails that you need, the onboarding emails, the offboarding emails, the abandoned emails, all those things, right? The outbound emails that you're going to send, the ads that you're going to record for podcasts. And so let me give you an example of this, because literally you can just take out your phone for this. If you take out your phone, you can install Claude, and there's a coding section for it. And you can literally just be sitting on your couch and doing this. So let me give you an example here. Okay, so here we have Claude Code. This is the app. So this is the Claude app. It's just, there's a coding section. And literally, I just dictated this out. I used audio and I said, okay, I want you to create a go-to-market plan for ClickFlow. And all it did was it looked at the task, it looked at a bunch of different tools, and it created a go-to-market draft over here, okay? So right now we have a pre-sale that's happening, and then when we launch, pricing is gonna, be around this range. We're gonna manage services, all these different things, these different details that you don't need to worry about. It basically identified a couple of gaps over here, no free trial structure, no ICP segmentation. And then it started to ask me questions, clarifying questions, okay? So once I answered these clarifying questions, all it did for me was it created these plans. So in the green over here, you can see these plans. Okay, here's the go-to-market plan for the head of demand gen. And I could show the whole thing here if I wanted to. And then here's like a go-to-market onboarding email sequence. So you can see the first one over here, just to show you the email. It's not that bad. So it says, welcome to ClickFlow. You've got 14 days to see if this is the right fit for you. Here's how to make the most of it. And you connect your website, generate your first piece of content, review and publish. So my point of showing you this is that once I answer a couple clarifying questions in terms of what I'm looking for, this is basically there. I didn't need to edit this. This email is probably 90 to 95% there. Maybe I need to make some changes, but first value, day one, when do you send it exactly? There's a lot of details in here that for me, someone who's not a detail-oriented person, this goes a long way. Not only does it handle this part, so these are the onboarding emails, but it'll also send, abandoned sign-up sequence. So if someone goes through your flow, but they abandon the sign-up, okay, what do we do with those people? That's going to help drive more sign-ups. That's going to help with, like, for example, trial cancel sequence. Okay, so can we retain these people down the road? Can we follow these people around? It has all these things over here, okay? There's an ongoing value sequence, so you want to continue to give your customers value. Managed services. So we have managed services for Single Grain, which is my ad agency. We have services in the back end where we can help people with services, okay? Cross-selling Single Grain services, and then maybe there's some other things that I wanted to help with, right? So my point of showing you this right now is it made all these things fairly quickly, but it also made documents for analytics events. What should we be tagging people for? What should the vernacular be used for? So basically, if we see people behave a certain way in our app, we can decide if we want to message them or offer them something, right? If someone is a very engaged user, maybe we want to talk to these people, right? And see what else we can build to help these people. For outbound emails, it actually crafted out some outbound email sequences too. It actually made ads that I will record to YouTube, that I will record for a podcast. Actually, I'm going to be doing this right after. It did 90 to 95% of the work a lot faster. And typically I'd be paying tens of thousands of dollars for go-to-market plans like this. What do you think is going to happen to marketing in general? Well, the answer is, as long as you know how to use this stuff like Claude Code, you're going to be okay. So I'm going to continue on. I mean, this is just the very beginning. I created a go-to-market plan that would have cost me tens of thousands of dollars, and I was able to do it quickly, and it was extremely high quality. Quick break. If you're doing AI SEO or content marketing in general, you know what the problem is. The problem is you're spending hours writing yourself, or you're paying agencies lots and lots of money, and you're getting AI slop that sounds just like everyone else. That's why we built ClickFlow. ClickFlow creates production-grade content that actually sounds like you. Plus, it helps you with other areas such as building internal links, creating FAQs, and more. One customer even reported saving 90 plus hours a month just by using ClickFlow. You can get a 14-day free trial just by going to clickflow.com. No more AI slop, just production-grade content that drives traffic and conversions. Back to the show. Okay, so now I have Cursor pulled up. This is my IDE, and this is development environment that I'm working in. Again, I do not know how to code, but Cursor just happens to be the tool that I'm using. Our engineers use Cursor. They've reported that they're maybe 10, 15, 20 times faster, okay? So another example on the marketing side of things, okay? I basically showed you, if we focus the mouse over here, we now have the ability to use all the client calls that we have, client calls, prospect calls, things like that. We can look for client churn. we can monitor client churn risk. So if someone says they're disappointed or they don't feel like we're being proactive enough, this will spot it. And then what this will eventually do is this will tag the right people and make sure that they're taking actions, because we have a lot of alerts set up, but we want to make sure that people are taking actions, that we're tracking these actions over time. Okay, so we're going to spot expansion opportunities. Maybe they're doing SEO. Maybe they talked about wanting to do paid media as an example. There's expansion opportunities there. Client success. Maybe they said something about how they're looking forward to a game, seeing a Green Bay Packers game or something like that. So can we buy them a jersey, a signed jersey, and send it over to them, right? That's an example of building goodwill, because people remember that type of stuff. Sales coaching. So listening to calls, sending DMs to the people afterwards based on certain methodologies, and also trained on the data that we have. And so I've ingested all of my content, not just from the Gong calls that we have, but all the podcasts I've ever done, all the YouTube content. So over 12, 13 years of content. So this can actually coach people. We call this single brain, where it can coach people on doing better with what should they do with client churn potential risk, right? Expansion opportunities. How should we price on value? All of that stuff is in there. And this single brain will also help onboard our people too. Train them on marketing, train them on sales. But my point of showing you this is this helps from a marketing and sales angle. And I was able to build this. Again, I don't know how to code, and this will surface these opportunities in Slack and tag people for actions. I also have another workflow that I have called a deal reviver tool, and that will look for all deals that we've lost and maybe we haven't talked to them for a while, and just pre-write emails. They'll research what they've been working on recently and say, hey, we haven't talked for about 16 months or so. Does it make sense for us to pick up the conversation? Because salespeople will oftentimes, they'll miss a lot of these things because they're very busy. And so the sky is the limit. I just wanted to show you a couple possibilities. And just one more thing on the right side over here, I asked, if you look at HubSpot over the last 6 months or so, how many leads did we drive from YouTube per month? How many SQLs did we get from YouTube per month? And our YouTube channel is not huge. I mean, from I would say we don't have like millions and millions of subscribers, right? So if you take a look, I have key insights where I'm using different MCPs. I'm using the HubSpot MCP, so Model Context Protocol. Just think of it like a API where you can connect a bunch of tools and have your tools talk to each other. And I can query using natural language, whatever it is that I'm looking for from this data. And so from here, I can see that organic search is one of our best lead sources. Direct traffic's really good. Referrals are really good as well. Email marketing, and then we have other stuff like podcasts and events. But we don't really run a lot of paid ads for ourselves. And then for YouTube, you can see that we don't actually drive a ton of at least free consultation leads for the agency through YouTube. We actually drive a lot, I would say a lot more emails, and we drive them to software, for example. And so my point of showing you this is from a data analysis standpoint. You can query whatever it is you want. You can ask for suggestions. You can ask for strategic advice. When you use Claude Code, you can have a main overseeing document that you can have your goals in there, talk about what you want to accomplish this quarter, the next year, the next 3 years or so. And then you can say, hey, whatever I want to build, make sure that you're following the goals and asking me questions. So you're not just going to build a bunch of random things. And so the reason why I think you have the power, you have godlike powers in your hands now is because you couldn't build this client opportunity tool before. You couldn't build these good GTM sequences in maybe like 30 minutes or so before that save you tens of thousands of dollars and save you a ton of time. You couldn't query in natural language whatever data that you want and have it at your grasp within minutes, because in the past you might have had to you get follow-up questions that you might have to wait weeks or so. And so I did the math on this. When you think about how much faster you are, so if you didn't know how to code before, you're infinitely faster. If you knew how to code before, like the engineers we have, maybe you're 10, 15, 20 times faster, okay? Now think about it this way. If I wanted to build a tool like the client opportunity workflow that you see on the screen over here, how long does it typically take to build a prototype? 15 days? Maybe let's call it 22 days because there's back and forth. And then people on my team said maybe it's 30 days or so. Okay. So if you're able to build these working prototypes in maybe, let's call it 20% of a day, so 0.2 of a day. So the math basically is if it used to take you 30 days and now it takes you 0.2, you're 150 times faster, okay? And maybe you can say I'm exaggerating. Okay, let's cut that down by half. Maybe you're 75 times faster. Maybe you are 50 times faster, 30 times faster. That is absolutely insane, and this is just the very beginning right now. So I think the way in which we do marketing is becoming a video game, and this is where it's going. And so if you want to get started with learning how to use this stuff, I would highly recommend that you're living it on X/Twitter, okay? You go on Grok and you ask, hey, who are all the people talking about Claude Code right now? Who should I be following? You want to tailor your feed to that. And then a lot of people are sharing YouTube videos and things like that. This will be a YouTube video or a video in general. You want to check out those people too. And most importantly, you are getting this stuff set up. Claude Code, like, yes, it's scary to learn the terminal, but there's a lot of people that are sharing these videos on how to get going with it, right? You might use an IDE like Cursor, which is what I'm using over here. You might have Claude Code on your phone. And so when you are, opening, maybe you're on the go and you want to work on strategy and it has a lot of it's pulling a lot of your goals, a lot of the data that you have already. Maybe you're using Claude Code to be your strategist. So it can be your strategist, it can can be your copywriter, it can be your data analyst, it can be building whatever tools you want, and you can just have it ingest a lot of different content that you have. And what's going to ultimately happen is you're going to become a lot more stronger as an individual, and then your next job is to train the people around you so they become a lot stronger. And what ultimately is going to happen is your revenue per employee goes a lot higher because you're gaining a lot from the AI efficiencies. If you enjoyed this video, you can check out this next one over here on how Claude Code will make you filthy rich. I guarantee you there's more good examples in there that will give you more ideas. Check it out.